You did? 2 seconds left again. Wow. Good job, honey. What? What's going on, everybody? Thanks for stopping by and watching. Seven people in the chat. What's going on? Thanks for stopping by and watching. Appreciate it. Hopefully you guys are having a great Sunday morning. So you can hear me. How's the sound? Does the everybody hear me okay out there? Gabe the Memer, what is that? This is a, what are you referring to? Obviously, this is just a kitchen knife, my wife's kitchen knife. This is a new sharpening system that I just got. One of our subscribers sent to us, so we are trying to tune up the wife's kitchen knives. But this is a pretty nice guided sharpening system. Of course, sharp knives are definitely important, especially in the kitchen. Hopefully that answered your question. There you go. I was going to say the same thing to you, Jeeper. Emre Ansel. That is going to be the final result here is what I'm going to be trying to get to. This is 320. I'm going to go all the way up to 2,000 grit here and see what we can get. These stones don't quite get all the way to a mirror edge, but they do a pretty good job. You're going to need to get a couple higher grit stones to really get the mirror edge in there. Emery Onsel with Jeeper, LOL. Yep, you always gotta have one good comment in there. That is for sure. We're gonna take this thing till we get a burr going. Got a burr going on the front there. Still need to work down here towards the heel of the blade. Got some pretty gnarly chips going on this this edge also, so that's going to be something we need to work out of there. Try to buff out. I don't even remember the last time that I have sharpened these knives. It's been a long time, and finally got a sharpener that can handle the bigger ones. So I figure we might as well just do the whole set here. Have to do a pretty good reprofile just to get the all the way back here, get these chips out. Hopefully all of you are having a great day, though. Really do appreciate you stopping by and watching for a little bit. Make sure you hit that like button if you would. Really would appreciate it. Going on here. Can everybody hear okay out there? Nobody see if we can the audio sounds okay. Just feeling for the burr. We still got a pretty good burr started on the leading edge of the knife. Still need to work down here towards the heel. Must be a little bit of grind differences on the actual initial edge bevel here. I think that's one good advantage of a fixed angle system versus a freehand kind of stone. You can really target specific individual areas of the blade that you need to attend to instead of trying to guess for the most part on a stone. So this is definitely a good way to get into it. That is for sure. You got 19 people. Well, there went down to 9. There we go, like. Appreciate that. whoever hit that like button out there. Really do appreciate it. It's free and easy and does help out the channel. If you guys are interested in any sort of knife reviews or knife content, make sure you guys subscribe for more. Try to put out about 3 or 4 videos a week, long format videos. Try to get a live 1 or 2 in a week also. Always seem to be putting shorts out almost every day. Just general nonsense and knife related content. Still having a hard time getting that big chip out of the back. Of course, our burr is still really good, but it's all the way back here at the heel, so I might not be too worried about that one. We could probably go ahead and flip here for too long. I'm just going to go ahead and keep on trying to hit this back edge here. Try to get that chip almost out as much as we can. For the finished product, it's going to make a difference for the most part. Like typically you're not going to be using your knife all the way back there, and it's something that we could get out on the next sharpen to minimize the amount of steel that you're wasting, I guess you could say, because this sharpener, and specifically these 320 grit stones, they really do a number on your steel, that is for sure. $71 people. That's awesome. Thanks, guys, for stopping by and showing up. Appreciate it. All right, let's see what we got going here. 2 likes. Thank you. Appreciate that for smashing the like button. All right, let's go ahead and flip this thing over. Got a pretty good burr started on here. Still got that big old gnarly chip in the blade right there. I was trying to work that one out. Let's see. Got some nasty on the overall stone there. See if we can clean that off. Good old pink school eraser does a trick when you're cleaning your sharpening stones. At least diamond sharpening plates makes all the difference to have a clean stone. All right, like to minimize the burr. Try to take that backwards. That really does increase the life expectancy of your abrasives at the same time. Try to knock that burr off with a reverse pull. Then you can go into normal business. I like to throw a little bit of Sharpie on the edge. I know we're doing a little bit of a reprofile here, so it's not going to be exact. We're really changing this edge angle up. I'm not sure what the angle was from the factory, but I got this thing set at 15 degrees. Use our little digital angle finder right here. This is a good way to know exactly what your edge angle is. This sharpening system, it's kind of a shot in the dark to figure out exactly what you're cutting at. But once you zero in your guide rod and then fix your angle guide to your actual base of your system, tells you pretty quick and easy what actual angle you're sharpening at. So this is the Xarilk, Xarilk Gen 3 knife sharpener here. It's a really nice guided, fixed angle system. Comes with 3 abrasives from the factory. You get a 320, an 800, and a 2000 grit. But these are a 6x1 inch stone, so that is a very common size for sharpening stones. So it's you can get a whole lot of high-end stones or whatever you want to get to make it your own. That is for sure. You can spend a whole bunch of money on different sorts of abrasives and stuff like that. But there's even 10 packs of abrasives on Amazon and stuff like that. You can get for around $40 that go all the way through the grit range. How much is that sharpener? Boyo 38, Boy 0038. This is around $100, $110 off Amazon. XARILK. Zarlk is the brand, and it's the Gen 3 fixed angle knife sharpener. But really good guided system from something like the Work Sharp was something that I had before. So this was the fixed angle system that I used to be using, and I upgraded to this one right here. So this is still a really good entry level sharpener here too, the Work Sharp Precision Adjust, and it was I don't know, I think they're about $70, but they do a really good job also for a little bit less money. But this is I want to say a little bit higher quality. Everything is aluminum, so I'm pretty sure a lot of it's CNC milled. So really nice. But yeah, definitely somewhat peaceful, I guess, if you will. It's a somewhat of a form of Lube. Are you using the stones that came with it? Amazon stones work well, but they're thin and not resin bonded. Louis. Yeah, these are the stones. I just got this sharpener two or 3 days ago, and this is the stones that come with the kit. I have yet to order some new ones, but no, they are not resin bonded, diamond resin bonded stones, nothing like that. These are just the plain Jane diamond sharpening stones that come with the kit, and they actually seem to be doing pretty well. They're definitely not going to be the best thing in the world. I think this is the 5th knife that I've sharpened with them though, and they are seeming to be holding up pretty well. There's no no dishing out, no cupping in the stone, nothing like that. So for the most part, pretty impressed with them. Of course, it's not going to be the same as your diamond resin bonded or CBN stones or anything like that, but for the stuff they send you, it's not too bad of a deal, that's for sure. Thanks for the comment there, Louis. Appreciate that. But yes, these the stones, they are thin though, but they still do a decent enough job. I like they're backed by aluminum. She's okay. Just be nice. But they still definitely do a decent enough job for what they are. That's for sure. Of course, you can get into stones that are way more expensive and definitely better quality. But you can get single stones that cost more than this whole sharpener. So I know Poltava, Venive, diamond stones, all those are pretty expensive. TS Prof does have some pretty good stones that are like their base model. They're around $100 or less for a 5-pack, and they're actually pretty high quality. You can get like silicon carbide and stuff like that, CBN and SIC stones, and those are going to be definitely more high quality for sure. But I can see we are forming a very nice burr already, definitely in the middle section of this blade here. Like I say, 15 degrees is a pretty good jump from what we did have on this knife originally. I'm not sure. I bet this was over 20, probably 22 degrees if I had to imagine what was from the factory, which is a pretty not very narrow edge angle. I'm a big fan of 15 degrees, 15 to 13, especially on kitchen knives. So that's what we're going to be going with on this one. I like to run my pocket knives around 17 degrees, 17 to 18. Some Spydercos I'll go down to 15. I'm a big fan of the 15-degree laser beams that I call them. I'm not too worried about the burr back here at the heel of the blade. I'm going to say we're doing a major reprofile here. What is your EDC? Well, that is a really good question. I have multiple. Here's the one sitting beside me right now. This is the Benchmade 940. So I just sharpened this one last night. Got a pretty good edge on it. This is the Benchmade Presidio 2. Just sharpened this one last night too on live stream, and got another pretty sweet edge. I got a multitude of Benchmades. I got a whole lot of Spydercos. Got a couple Protex. See if I can get a couple of them out here. This is the Protec PT Strider Plus, PT Plus. That's like a Strider and Protec collab. This is a Magna Cut blade on this one, and it has a pretty shiny, not a mirror edge, but a really nice edge on this one also. Love that knife. Then here is a Benchmade bug out. Has the titanium scales. Another pretty nice edge on this one. Not as shiny as the other ones, but it's a 800 grit edge on that one. And then this is the another one I carry a lot. This is the Yojimbo 2. So definitely a pretty sweet knife right there. But I think I'm getting close to 40 knives in my collection. A lot of them are don't have too much of the budget category anymore. I'm kind of phased out of the budget stuff and try to stick to. I'm a really big fan of the American-made Spydercos, even the Seki City Japan Spydercos. So even trying to get into some Taiwan ones here coming up pretty soon. But that's what I like to carry. I'm a big fan of the USA-made Spydercos. Not the biggest Benchmade fan as I used to be, but I still do have a couple of their knives. But Spyderco, I was looking for a bug out, but they're definitely overpriced. Yeah, they're definitely pricey, that's for sure. If you were going to get into something like that, I would look into the Hogue Deca. I think they're like $130 right now. They have two different blade shapes, and they come in. Of course, they're not aluminum; they're still kind of a plasticky material, but they have Magna Cut blades. Really good overall geometry, really nice and thin and lightweight, and they're about $80 less than the standard Benchmade bug out. And the bug out comes with S30V steel, and those Hogue Decas, they come with, of course, Magna Cut for the blade steel. So if that is going to be something you're interested in, still a lightweight natured knife, I would 100% go and look into the Deca there. That's going to be a really good one and a really good bang for your buck too. But you're definitely right on that one. A lot of the Benchmade knives are going to be somewhat overpriced, that is for sure. This Presidio 2, this is a pretty fairly priced knife at $180. Yep, 180 bucks. You get a nice 3.75 inch of S30V steel. You do get full length steel liners on this one. They call it CF Elite. It's like a carbon something reinforced handle material here, but it still is a plastic, but still really good, hard use knife. And for the price, I was not too worried about it. That is for sure. But thanks for that comment. Hopefully that helped you out somewhat. If that was going to be my recommendation for you, that'd be a really good place to look at. Or even a pair of 3 lightweight would be a really good one too. If you're not a Spyderco fan yet, I would say look into the lightweight models that Spyderco has to offer, and you can really get some good value for your money. Spyderco uses really good steels. They have great heat treatments, and just overall super ergonomic knife. What is the name of the sharpening system? Eleftheria. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name, buddy, but this is a XRILK. It's a Zarilk. XARILK Gen 3 knife sharpener. Thanks for the recommendations. Yep, not a problem. I'd, depending on where you live, I would say the Knife Center is a really good retailer to buy from, and so is River's Edge Cutlery. River's Edge is a really highly recommendable shop. Great guys over there. But you're welcome. Consider subscribing for more. I'm going to be doing a 2,000 subscriber giveaway coming up very shortly. So I would, whenever I hit that goal, we just went over 1,700 subscribers last night. So we're trying to keep on pushing through here and see where we can take this thing. Fred the Lug, good morning, man. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Good to see you. I figured I'd see what was going on YouTube this morning. Had some time here early in the morning. We're going to sharpen up Miss Carryandcut's kitchen knives here. The amount I'm doing a whole entire reprofile on this thing, and the amount of metal coming off this is pretty outrageous. It looks like our knife has grown a mullet. You guys probably can't see it, but we have a substantial amount of metal sticking off this thing. I think we got a pretty good bevel set on this thing now. It looks similar to Worksharp Precision Pro system. I wonder if this one's better. I'm probably going to say, I don't have the Pro Worksharp, but I do have just that Precision Adjust, the base model Worksharp. And I'm going to say this is definitely, I don't know, the stones might be better on the Worksharp that you get, but of course this is way more versatile. You can use this in a lot more different applications, I guess. You can sharpen bigger knives on it. And I like the fact that you have a bigger abrasive, you know, versus the Work Sharp's 1/2 inch by 4 standard. But I think the Work Sharp Pro system, it probably is something similar to this. At least you can use a wider array of stones. I did see that brand new one they came out with that was really expensive. I think it was like $400 some or more for that Work Sharp, whatever that one was. But it is definitely really similar. But I'm going to say that one is probably better quality until you get some better stones for this. But the overall mechanism that this sharpener works with is, of course, you know, really good. Yeah, $500. That's what I figured. But the overall bare bones of this thing is really good. Of course, the stones are going to be the limiting factor to this, but of course, that's when you can get on any sort of different. You get on Beneve's website or Gritomatic or Hapstone or even TS Prof and buy some really nice, you know, whatever kind of stones you want to, whether that be resin bonded or any sort of stuff like that, and that could really make this thing shine, you know, above. I want to say all others, but you could really make it your own, if you know what I'm saying. How would you compare the bug out with the 940? The second one is the best. Maybe the second one is the best value one. So if you're really, you know, set on Benchmade, I'm going to say, you know, there really is no cheap Benchmades by any stretch of the imagination. I am thinking that the bug out is, even in the standard format, is going to be just as expensive as this Presidio 2. So, you know, they have similar kind of overall lines. The blade shapes are kind of similar-ish. They really are pretty much the same exact blade shape. This one's going to be a lot heavier. This is actually, this has the titanium scales on it. My good buddy Jimmy Crow did the Lightning Anno on these. But this is a really cool one. I would rather have the Benchmade 940 though, compared to the bug out. I just feel like the 940 is going to do way better in day-to-day tasks. Of course, it's heavier. It does have thicker blade stock though, so it's going to be, you know, I don't know, a little bit tougher. I like the aluminum handles though that this knife comes with. I've had this thing for over 3 years now, and it is definitely a tough knife, and it keeps coming back for more. So if you're going to invest in something, I'm going to say that the bug out is probably a really good place to start. But of course, this is going to be like $250 brand new now, just for the stock S30V. The bug out is at least around $200 now. I know they just raised their prices this year. And the Presidio, I think this one was $180 when I bought it brand new. So that's going to be, you know, something that you have to take into consideration. It's unfortunate there is not enough, you know, brick and mortar knife stores that you can go to nowadays and pick, you know, feel the knives and pick and choose from them before you actually buy them. That's a unfortunate thing, but luckily I do have somewhat of a knife retailer close to me that I can go to and actually check these knives out before I buy them. So that makes a big difference. Even if you can't buy it that day, at least you can go and, you know, see and feel what you actually do like. So that makes a big deal, at least for me. All right, so we're going to switch this thing over to the 800 grit now. I like to do my reverse passes on here, try to break that burr off or at least minimize the burr. Save your abrasives. That's going to be a big one. Save a lot of the wear and tear. And then we're just going to go ahead and keep rinse and repeat. Looks like we got a chunk of the blade missing right there. 133 people watching. I appreciate that. We got 5 likes. If you guys could, I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button. It means the world. We can get this thing out to some more people. Eleftheri, is that do you have that the Work Sharp Precision Pro system though? That's definitely something that is really interesting. I'm gonna put some more Sharpie on this edge here and see exactly where we're cutting at. These knives have been through the ringer. This is the old set that I bought my wife years ago. Whoa. Be careful not to fall off. I sometimes get to reading the comments and I'm not paying attention to the sharpening, fall off the edge. That is something you don't want to do, especially if you're looking into your more high-end, fancy, expensive stuff. Man, what is going on there? It's like had a little bit of edge deformation or something going on right there. I think it's just how wore out these knives are. I could probably take a whole lot off this edge. Need at least like a 16th off the whole edge and maybe get into some good new fresh material. I have the base model, but was thinking of purchasing. It comes with a lot more diamond grit stones. Yeah, so I have I do have the Work Sharp. Let's see, this I have the upgrade system for my precision adjust. So I have let's see, this is the 800, 600, and then the ceramic, and then I also have the other stone set with I think it's a 220, 320, and 400, and then of course it comes with that leather strop too. So I like that basic system though. The base model is still really good for what you get. You know, I've sharpened a whole bunch of knives. I mean, pretty much every single knife that I own for a year and a half on that same system. Never even having to replace the stones, but they definitely have gotten worn out. I will tell you that. I'd love to get some new stones for it, and I can definitely still see myself using that one, especially for smaller blades and stuff like that. But I really do like that precision adjust, and I'm going to say that is going to be a sharpener that I do recommend to a lot of people. So, really good product for what you get, and of course they even, I don't want to say they sponsor their brand, but they put out videos and how tos and stuff like that, actually using their product. So it's just that's a big deal to me, being able to show the people, you know, how you actually use it. But I'm definitely satisfied with this product though. I'm almost going to say that I'm able to get sharper edges on that Work Sharp than I have with this one. Not really sure why, if it's going to be something with the stones or if the grits just aren't the same. I feel like this 800 grit is a lot coarser than the 800 grit on the Work Sharp though. So I'm not sure what the problem with that one is, but I think it's just a something that happens. I'm not really sure. But yes, it does work exceptionally well. This is definitely a fine grit though. The sound really changes from this one to the 320, so you could hear how aggressive that 320 was versus this 800. Makes a really different, you know, acoustic, I guess you could say. And I'm really used to that half-inch stone, not being able to get too close to the tip. With these 1-inch wide stones, you can really you know, keep more meat on the blade as you're coming out to that tip. So that is going to be a really good thing about this one. I'm excited to try this sharpener on a Spyderco and see how it does with it. I know sometimes uh, Spydercos can be a little tricky to sharpen, especially with the distal taper blade they have on those. They can be a little bit more difficult to clamp into. But that might be that good thing about this dual clamp setup is that you can get you know, space these clamps out a little bit, have you know, tension here and then more tension as it gets down to that tip with that distal taper. Might be a pretty good thing. So I have yet to try that, but it's going to be coming. I wanted to start with some of the Benchmades and see how I liked it and how I did with those before I stepped up to the Spydercos. I'm definitely like the Spydercos a little bit more. Man, that burr is, I can physically move it with my hand. That is crazy. Got a giant burr on that one. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but that is a burr of the, yeah, part of the edge right there just fell off onto my finger. So that is pretty, I'd say that we have hit the apex very well on this one. Let's see if we can go ahead and try to pop some of that burr off right there. Man, that's that shadow that I was seeing. It's just the burr is ginormous. This must be some pretty soft. There's a whole entire That is a huge burr if I've ever seen one. I have no idea what this steel is. That is, I have never seen that before. There's two more big old giant pieces of it. That's pretty cool. Definitely interesting to say the least. I've never quite seen something like that. 139 people in the chat. That is what's going on. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for stopping by and watching. Make sure to hit that like button if you could. Really would appreciate it. Drop a comment down there. Say what's up. Say good morning. Let me know if you guys are carrying any pocket knives today. There we got up to, oh, there's 8 likes. Thank you. Appreciate that, everybody. Really do appreciate that. Really does help out and pushes this live stream out to other people out there. I forgot to, if I didn't mention already, we are going to be doing a 2,000 subscriber giveaway. So that is going to be really exciting and can't wait for that. Have a couple of really cool knives coming. Even have one somewhat custom knife that is going to be redone, has some cool dye on the scales and probably some own custom etching on the blade. So that's going to be really exciting. All right. Flip this thing over again. So, yep, we got the burr is massive once again. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the 2000 grit and see what we can do on this one. All right. I do like this stone holder though. For the most part, it is seems to work pretty well. That spring is really stiff. All right, now we're over to the 2000. So this is going to be our finest grit that we have next to the strop, I guess you could say. We do have a 1.5 micron strop that I like to use. 1.5 micron diamond compound on the strop. There we go. So it's like a 10,000 grit, and it does a really good job, just really getting that final touch on that edge that you need. I don't think any sharpening is complete without running it on a strop. What generation is this sharper? This is the third generation 3 Zarok XAR Gen 3 sharpener. There's a big old chunk of that burr coming off again. I'm thinking this steel must be extremely soft to produce such a large burr like that. It's kind of kind of impressive. But yep, this is the Generation 3. This is just the stock format, the stock stones that it comes with. But for what this is, I am extremely impressed with this sharpener, that's for sure. I have no idea what this mystery steel is here, but it has produced a ginormous burr, and kind of crazy to see that coming from the pocket knife side of things. When you're using really hard steels, it's just kind of something that's a little bit different. Ohio, have you used? Do you have to use the stones that it comes with, or is it holder compatible with different stones? Nope. This is a you can use really any. I know you can use 1/2 inch by 6 inch stones. This is just the 6 by 1 inch stones that this one actually does come with. But no, yeah, you can get any sort of all the aftermarket stones, you know, the Veneves and CBN stones and TS Prof stones, all that kind of stuff will work with this one. I'm going to say as long as it's at least 6 inches long. I don't think you could use a, well, you could even use an 8 inch stone too. I think you can somewhat make this longer. I'm pretty sure you can have an extended guide rod you could buy from TS Prof. But any 6x1 stone or probably 6 by 1/2 inch stone will work with this system though. So that is a really cool part about this system is you can you're not stuck to the actual stones that is provided to you. I know even Work Sharp you can get some custom attachments that you can use bigger stones with. But for this one, all you have to do is just buy the new 6x1 inch stones and you're ready to go. But these stock stones that do come with it seem to work pretty well. But I'm definitely going to be upgrading here in the near future. Going to spend a little bit of money and try to get some nicer stones for this. I love to be able to get some real high mirror polishes in the future. There's a big old chunk of the burr just came off. Try to do a little bit of a burr removal here. Or maybe this steel just does not like being at 15 degrees. That is what I set this to, is 15 degrees. And I've completely made a new edge for this thing. We reprofiled it 100%. It had a very narrow, I don't know, I bet this was around 20 plus degrees on the edge. So definitely took some meat off of it. All right. We need to try to minimize this burr on the strop and see what we can do. There's no more burr that I can take off on the actual stone. It is not wanting to happen. So let's go ahead and remove this from the holders here. We'll go ahead and wipe off our blade. We have all sorts of metal shavings all over the table here. All right. So you can see, I don't know if you guys can see it right there. You can see that burr. It is huge. All right, let's go ahead and get the strop out and see if we can remove that burr. Alternating passes in each direction. Of course, leading away from your edge is going to be what you're looking for on the strop. You can get strop accessories for this sharpener as well, but I like to freehand strop my knives. I just feel like you have better control and feel for it. You can almost feel when that burr is coming off. Of course, really light pressure. You can really screw your edge up at the same time when you're using a strop. You can roll that burr over. You wouldn't think you'd be able to, or roll your edge over, I guess you should say. All right. Got pieces of burr sticking everywhere. Gareth, what's going on, man? How is it, Carryandcut? It's doing good, buddy. How are you doing today? Just trying to sharpen up the wife's kitchen knives here. Having a really hard time getting this burr removed. Got don't know what kind of mystery steel we were working with here, but this burr does not want to come off. Flip it over to the other side of the strop and see what we can get out of here. Appreciate you stopping by this morning, buddy, though. Really do appreciate it. What time is it for you over there, Gareth? It is 9:27 a.m. here in Southeast Ohio. I know I'm a little bit across the pond from you. Reaper's Knives and More. When did you upgrade from the Work Sharp? I just got this 3 days ago, I'm pretty sure. Reaper, 2 or 3 days ago, I got this system. One of our subscribers, Aaron, sent this to us, and I'm really liking it so far. Can't wait to get some nicer stones and really see what we can get out of this thing, what kind of performance we can get. When should I use the smooth versus rough side of the strop? Yeah, Reaper, it's really cool, and really stoked on it. Definitely puts a pretty good edge on stuff. This steel isn't the best culprit. It definitely will work. 4:28 p.m. Heck yeah, it's 9:28 a.m. here, so I am 7 hours behind you. That's crazy. Um, it is definitely similar to a TS Prof. It's pretty much a direct copy of a TS Prof Cadet, actually. So it does do a fairly good job, though. Um, but Joel, I would say, you know, some people like to use the suede side of the strop, and some people like to use the, harder side. I'm gonna guess it's completely up to you. I like the way that the compound takes on the more of the suede side, I guess you could say. But it's really, I don't really have a good answer for you on that. Scientifically speaking, I have no idea. But I tend to use the rough outside and the suede side more than the smooth side of the leather. Of course, this would be like the flesh side, and the rough outside would be more the internal layer of the. See if we can find a piece of paper or something here somewhere. So I have a good chunk of that. Still have a pretty decent chip there at the heel. I didn't try to get out, but it definitely is 100% sharper than it was before. So pretty good. I feel like still trying to get this thing dialed in. I don't think these stones are the best thing in the world, but for what you're getting, I definitely don't think that they are going to be a problem whatsoever. All right, let's go ahead and move this thing over here, this other clamp over, and let's try to get one of these large knives in here. What brand of chef knives are those? These are, well, they're Walmart specials. These are the Pioneer Woman. My wife really wanted these, so I'm not sure where they come from or anything like that. They're definitely used and abused. 3014 HZC. I have no idea what kind of blade steel that is, or even if it is a blade steel, but they do pretty well, I guess you could say. Better than the I got her some KitchenAid ones this year or 2 years ago, and they're a non-stainless high carbon steel. I sharpened my mom and grandma's before. Yep, that's definitely what they are. That's hilarious. Yep, I don't think these things have ever been sharpened, so they are definitely in much need of a sharpening. I don't even know what kind of my wife will let me sharpen her knives, so she sees it's too sharp. Yeah, they're that's the same thing. I don't think she wants to get cut on them. Every time I used to work at a pizza shop in my younger years, and every time I would sharpen the knives, I used to cut myself on them every single time. So I understand why people definitely might not want them to be sharpened. So okay, so I still have this thing set up to 15 degrees. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny though. These are definitely a good knife set for your mom, whatever else. So to This is at least the advice that I have got from people setting up these sharpeners and finding your angle. Let's see exactly what we're using here before we switch over. It's always nice to double check, make sure you tighten down your guide rod real good. Let's see if I can get you guys on here and see what this. I got my digital angle finder here. This is actually came from the Wicked Edge website, I think it was. So whatever we have there, we're going to zero out our guide rod. That's why I got my own knives for the kitchen. Yeah, I'd love to get a set of some S30V or some kind of cool kitchen knives, but for now, this is I just use what Mama has. So 1.6, so we're going to zero out the guide rod. Okay, and then we are going to put our angle finder on this section here. So we are at 14 degrees, which is probably a little bit more than I want. I wanted to really wouldn't mind getting this thing to 15 would be really where I want to be at. So let's see if we can you go ahead and dial this up or down to see where of course angle you want. So if you lock this down at like 14 and a half, roll it to 14 and a half, then you lock it down. Sometimes it likes to there we go. So there's 15.3. I'm going to say that's probably good enough for what we got going on here, if you guys can see that. So pretty cool little digital angle gauge. That is one thing that you definitely need when you're going to be getting into something like this. Always keep backups. That is for sure. That is for sure. All right, so I like to, of course, do the old Sharpie trick. Put some Sharpie on the edge. Know where the heck you're cutting. I'm assuming this is going to be a whole entire reprofile too. The edge is definitely not wonky. I even have this this one here to sharpen next, but I don't think we're going to get that far for today's video at least. And that's just cool. And the Work Sharp Precision Adjust, I would never be able to sharpen a blade of this size. So that is one thing that's really cool about this sharpener. You can really get this thing stretched out and do a multitude of bigger knives. So that is going to be a really, really cool thing. That was quite a drop it did there. Yeah, that's for sure. It was as soon as you tighten it up, it really makes a big difference because the support sags, and then once you tighten it up, it really, that's why it's really important to have that angle finder and know what your angle is. That's what I had this sharpener for a couple days, and I didn't want to use it because I didn't know exactly what I was sharpening at, so it kind of deterred me on that one. So if really that goes for any of these style of sharpeners, I'm kind of interested to see what it would do on the Work Sharp too at the same time. So I just haven't used it on that one yet, but it's of course you guys know angles are everything. So that's the problem I have with the KME and with blades over 6 inches. Yeah, for sure. That's the first time I've ever even sharpened a knife that was this big. Normally, I'm just sharpening my 3.5 inch, to 4 inch bladed EDC knives, pocket knives on that Work Sharp. But I don't know how long this thing is, probably 7 inches or so. I have no idea. Get the old measuring here, roller. This is a 6.25 inch. I don't even know what style knife this is. I just know it cuts a potato pretty well. If any of you guys know what actual style of knife this is, I definitely know it's not a bread knife, but heck, it might even be a cheese knife. I know some of these knives with these dimples in them, they reduce your surface tension. This knife isn't near as bad as that other one. That little one I just sharpened, it was a yeah, they do cut well. Yeah, that little one, it was my wife's everyday user in the kitchen. So that thing has been through it, seen it. This one kind of sits in the back of the cupboard and never really does get used. That is one thing though with these. If you want to get into some more high-end kitchen cutlery, they're definitely not dishwasher approved, and something that you should, of course, hand wash and put away dry, and it's something you have to take care of, not something you just throw in the old sink and call it good enough and good day. This is yeah, something completely different than that. That is for sure. Not these ones, but if I were to get into some more high-end cutlery, That would be something that I have to stress to the wife. That is for sure. Hey Gareth, where is are the pickled steel knives? Are those from South Africa there, or where are those knives actually from? I watched EDC with DBD yesterday. I was actually gifted a membership to his channel, and he was talking about those pickled steel knives, and I feel like I'm seeing them all around now. And Nakiri shape. Yeah, they all have those Japanese. I feel like that's where all knife shapes come from. Was Japan? It seems like. They're from here, but made in China. Okay. I was looking. What's the newest model they came out with? I was just looking on their website, and it was really one of the OEM is Remet. Oh, that's pretty cool. Remet, they make really good stuff. I can't remember what the knife was, but it had like a chocolate version. It was like a dark brown kind of FRN or something like that for the handle material, and it looked really cool. It had kind of like a sheer Goroff vibe. It is a South African company. That is really cool. You should change the way you're sharpening that knife. Try doing a saw motion up and down. Oh, message redacted. You're probably talking about something like this. I just feel like it's not. That is definitely a way you could do it, Louis, for sure. Um, I just feel like I struggle with that because of how do you know that you did the same amount of passes on this versus over here? You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of one thing. But the Freya, that's what it was. The Freya. Yeah, that thing was really cool looking and a really good price too. D2 steel. I think it was like under $30, maybe like 28 or something like that, which is really impressive for what you're getting. I feel like I'm a sucker for some brown G10 or brown FRN stuff like that. The new Spyderco 15V models that have that brown G10 and brown FRN. I think this is what Louis was referring to as a motion like this. And when I get into a spot that I really want to, dedicate some time to, or if I see that I have a bad spot that I need to work on, I definitely will switch up to a motion of something like that. There's definitely a lot of knife here to get. Yeah, around $27, $28. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. And there's that big old chunker one. I think it was the crossbar locking one. I think it was a crossbar lock. Had a real big stout blade on it. I can't remember what the name of it was, but that thing was really sweet looking too. I think it was one of the ones you sent me a picture of. So yeah, I've still yet to see any sort of wear on these stones yet, and I guess it's probably my sixth sharpening. that I've actually done with them. So they are a thin stone, and I'm going to say you're probably not going to get a crazy amount of life out of them, but they still do work pretty well. The Warhog, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that thing is really sweet. It's like I'm starting to get somewhat of a burgle in here. Gareth, will Pickle Steel be releasing any titanium knives? That's a really good question there, Louie. I really like their designs. I feel like that one we were just talking about, the Freya, that one would be a really sweet candidate for a titanium frame lock. All right, we got a pretty good burr started now. We go ahead and flip this thing over. The Warhog was sent to Kaiser for the new sheepdog competition and got third. So Pickle Steel, Pickle Steel picked it up as a designer is from here. That's pretty cool. It does have that similar kind of shape of that sheepdog too. I had the Kansept Corvid. I had a mini one and an XL. I've actually gave both of them away though to subscribers of the channel, but they're definitely pretty cool. That big cleaver kind of look is a really popular thing, or at least it was a really popular thing. All right, so we got a good burr going again here. They have got one, and there's some new ones on the way. That's pretty cool. I'd be interested in seeing what one of those titanium frame locks will look like from them. Of course, the edge bevel is not near as wide as that Sharpie is, but just for a reference point of what we are actually doing and where we are cutting at, always a good idea for everybody to do that. If you're using even a freehand stone or something like that, I feel like it's a really good idea to mark your edge and know. There is a premium Warhog on the way with better blade steel and a tie handle. No way, that's going to be really sweet. That Warhog is a really awesome design. That'll be one to look out for. If they could keep it under the $200 price range, that would be really sweet. Big news for everybody. Can't wait for that. Yep, that's going to be really cool. Looks like it's a 15 degree. Yep, out of Miguel. Yep, this is a 15. You're right at 15. Yep. I think I was like 15.3 is what the angle finder said. But that is what we are attempting to get here. I feel like I just switched it or just flipped, and I feel like I already have a pretty decent little burst starting on this side too. When then they are busy with a new design called the War Dog, we'll have a different blade shape. That'll be interesting to see. That's definitely, Pickled Steel is definitely a brand that you guys need to be keeping an eye out for. I'm really impressed with their designs and their price too. They have a really good, bang for your buck kind of models. It'll be out in like 5 months. Cool. That would be something to look out for. You see the new release stones by Rooks and Pro, their diamond resin set? No, I have not. Rooks and Pro. I'll have to look into those. Do you know how much they are for the set? Because I'm definitely in the market for a new set of stones. I just don't know if I should get the TS Prof like stock set that they said with their. It's like a 5-piece set for almost $100. I feel like that might be something I want to get into, but I'm not sure yet. All right, I think we're going to be able to go ahead and flip. Got a pretty healthy burr going on. $70 on Amazon, $100 directly from. I will look into that. That sounds pretty interesting. So the Rooks and Pro, I will check those out. I feel like that would be I think I might have seen them when I was just scanning through. You know how many stones come in the set? Is it like a 5-piece or a 7-piece or something like that? Switch over here to the 800. See if we can refine this edge a little bit more. We'll take this up to the 2000 as the other one, and then we'll probably go ahead and call it a day for this morning. See what kind of fun me and the family can get into today. A fellow YouTuber did a video on them, and they made a good mirror polish. Really? Huh. Any idea who that what that channel was? I'll have to check it out. The Rooks and Pro. I'm gonna definitely get those. 6 stones in one set, but I think they go up to 8K. Man, so it must have some pretty aggressive jumps. Then it must go from. Do you yourself a favor and buy either a Venue Orion series or the Habstone CB and starters? Those sets will last you lifetime. Buy once, cry once. Yeah. Well, that's probably the Neve, maybe Orion, Venue Orion, and the Habstone. I did look at the Habstone sharpener, the abrasives also. But yeah, I feel you there. You might as well just spend the $300 or whatever it is, buy the nice set of stones, and you will have them for a long time. I think that's probably going to be my might be my go-to method there. I feel like you're gonna. I invest a lot of money in knives, but I don't invest as much as to take care of them. So variety is the spice of life. That's for sure. That is for sure. But I definitely I have just, you know, 2 knives cost the amount of those sharpening stones to do. So I definitely get it. People don't see it in the same light, and I'm definitely a person of that caliber. But it is very important to have quality abrasives and systems to take care of them. So that is the, you know, being able to take care of them yourself is a big deal. Oh, got a helper coming downstairs, it sounds like. Hey, Ray. You're milky. I dumped it out upstairs. Can you hold on a minute? Yep, Daddy, get it for you, Kay. My Veneve stones are 5 years old. They were 3 millimeters thick. Today, they are 2 millimeters thick. Wow, so you've definitely put some use and wear on those things. That is for sure. If you want ultimate abrasive, vitrified diamond is where it's at. Yeah, I've heard of those. That's probably that $1,000 set that Veneve has on their website, or TS Prof has on there. So the fray was originally a Remet Peacock that leave the flipper and did a stone wash, different colors on the handles. Huh. That's pretty cool. Did not know that. Interesting. All right, get this thing one more little final flip. We'll run on the strop, and we're going to wrap this thing up. It is scary how much a sharpener looks like a Cadet Pro. It really is. It's Joseph Reviews did Reviews knives video. Mr. Eddie, is tomato a fruit or a vegetable? Definitely a fruit, Mr. Eddie. Tomato is definitely a fruit. But yeah, it is definitely scary how much they do look alike. That is, you're not wrong there whatsoever. See if we can minimize this burr on here, and we're going to call it a day. But thanks for stopping by, Mr. Eddie. Really do appreciate it, buddy. And Joseph Reviews Knives. I'm going to have to look at his channel. Definitely got the wife set up. What's up here? I didn't win the giveaway. I didn't win TKE giveaway. Nope. I was in there. I didn't get it either. Well, I have yet to win a single giveaway. That's all right. Ended up grabbing a sweet deal on a Hapstone RD to try those stones. Heck yeah. I know the Hapstone. They're pretty good too. I got a buddy that uses them, and he definitely likes them. Yeah, I have never yet to win one, but that's all right. It is not a big deal. I have, I think I've done 5 giveaways myself, and I have never won a single one. Neither did I. It was rigged. That's funny. I always tell Neil his are rigged. The TKE. You got to be best buddies or something with them to get anything out of them. Anyone from here familiar with Jeff Jewell? Yeah, that's funny. All right, let's see if we can. I don't even think I have any paper down here I can cut left. I got all the paper used up. But all right, guys, that is going to do it for today, or at least for right now. We might catch you guys here later on. We're going to go hang out with family, but that is what we did for today. We got how can us three not win? It must be Ray for sure. But we will see you guys on the next one. Really do appreciate hanging out this morning, though. And yeah, come back for more. So I really do appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Mr. Eddie, Adam, Gareth. Appreciate you guys stopping by and watching. Louie, same to you, man. Hey, guys, have a great rest of your weekend, and we will catch you guys on the next video. Later.